Yes, now listen everyone. What is the procedure of getting the journal entry? Whatever we studied in the last chapter, same steps we will follow, but 7 things are not required. We require effects, repeat,
Effects,
rules,
rules,
and names of account.
names of account.
And we require it in this order only. Means first we will be writing effects. Last chapter after that we used to write names of accounts. Now after effects we'll immediately write the respective rule. Because now we are confident with the effects identifying the rules. And then we will identify what is the name of account. If debit rule applies, you'll debit it. If credit rule applies, then you'll start with the word. This is how we'll derive the journal entries. First question I am doing on the board with the workings. First illustration we should do in homework will be with the workings. Because I want logical reasoning behind that. Any moment in the chapter, none of you will directly reply to me which account directly debit or which account directly credit. I want the logical reasoning behind the. Okay, so that reasoning I'll be explaining you in the first question, and all the questions will be doing it that way only. I don't want you to cram and muck up the things. You should understand how is it. Okay. Presently what you can do is, this space you can leave it blank for writing some important notes. Whatever important notes I dictated in the chapter, I dictated at one place only. This one more page keep it blank for summary. That will do it during the chapter. So this 2 spaces leave it blank. Practical questions will start from the 3rd. Okay. We'll be starting with exercise question number 5. Page number 86. Page number 86, question number 5. Be attentive. Page number 86, question number 5. If you see, it's written, from the following transactions, write journal in the books of Pranjal. Do you find that?
Yes, sir.
So heading will be Journal of Pranjal. Silence. Month is not mentioned, so ... Okay. Columns date, particulars, LF number, debit and credit. And make this format for around 1.5 page. And after that we will be making workings. After the format, as I said, we will be making workings. Presently we make the workings only for this first question. Further questions will not be doing that workings. We'll be doing that orally. Whatever procedure we do in the workings, in the further questions we'll be doing that procedure orally. As I discussed with you, what things are required in the workings? First thing required is effects. Second thing required is rules. Third thing required is name of account. Make the specimen pass, everyone. As I said, around 1.5 page you can make the specimen, and after that make this workings. Workings columns need not be made, just give this headings: effects, rules of debit, credit, name of account. It's just a rough working we are doing it. First question which you'll do in illustration, you'll do it in this manner. I want the logical reasoning behind that. From tomorrow onwards we'll be doing this orally. We'll not make this workings, this procedure we will do it orally. Okay? One and a half page format will be required, I said, for the solution. Okay, listen carefully. I said 1.5 page, 7 transactions are there. With the narrations, it will require around 1.5 page. Done the format? Now be attentive. First one. First 2 transactions I'll explain you thoroughly. Third onwards you can participate. Voluntarily you can tell me the effects, etc. First 2 transactions, understand it thoroughly. Okay? Introduce rupees 10,000 cash and commence business. Now be attentive. Last chapter what we used to do was, introduce 10,000 cash and commence the business. So we used to write cash comes in, affects cash account. This is what we used to write it. And owner is the giver, affects capital account. This is what we used to write. Then we used to identify that cash account is real account. Real account rules are debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here cash comes in, so the rule will be debit what comes in. Further, we used to identify capital is personal account. Personal, the rules are debit the receiver, credit the giver. Owner is the giver, so the rule will be credit the giver. Now in this journal entry we conclude that because in cash account the rule applicable is of debit, cash account will be debited. Because in capital account the rule applicable is of credit, capital account will be debited. This is what we conclude and will pass the journal entry. Understood that? But so much in detail now onwards will not discuss as in second chapter. We'll directly discuss these points only. What are these workings? From this we derive the journal entry. From these workings we derive that in cash account debit rule is applicable, so cash account we have to debit. In capital account credit rule is applicable, so capital account we have to debit. Okay, therefore whatever we have studied in chapter 2 is the basic fundamental. Without the knowledge of that, you cannot derive the journal entry. Okay? Meet the workings, everyone? So this thing we'll do it in the chapter right now, but from next chapter onwards we'll do this orally. Okay? All of you will repeat after me. Yes? All of you will repeat after me. Cash comes in.
Cash comes in.
Debit what comes in.
Debit what comes in.
Therefore cash account debit.
Therefore cash account debit.
Okay, write down here. Cash account debit, and in debit column, what amount he has brought in the business?
10,000.
In debit column, 10,000. This is how we derive it, and we'll do it orally from the next question onwards, okay? But whenever you tell me the journal entry, I want this logic behind it. How did you get it? So, once again repeat what I said. Cash comes in, debit what comes in, therefore cash account debit. Okay? For credit, we'll give the logical reasoning this way. Owner is the giver,
Owner is the
credit the giver, therefore to capital account. Credit will start with the word to. So therefore to capital account, leaving two fingers space, to capital account, in credit column 10,000. Understood this, everyone? I repeat it once again. How do we derive this journal entry? We'll be doing this all orally from the next question. Cash comes in, debit what comes in, therefore cash account debit with 10,000. Owner is the giver, credit the giver, therefore to capital account with 10,000. Now read the sentence given in the question. Transaction without the amounts being introduced cash and commence business. You copy down the same thing, leaving the amount. So being introduced cash and commenced business. And line will be done in particulars column. This will indicate that the transaction is over. Only in particulars column, don't spread the line in all the columns, okay? So all of you are clear with how to derive the journal entry? Now we'll be doing in this order only. Everything of 7 columns will not revise. So one more transaction I'll explain you, then you can participate. Anyone who wants me to explain the first one again? Look at the second one. Goods of 5,000 purchased on cash. So goods comes in Are you all clear with this? First effect is goods comes in. Rule is debit what comes in. And name of account will be purchases account. We studied one rule in the last chapter. Whenever goods are purchased, we'll simply call it as purchases. Whenever goods are sold, we'll simply call it as sales. Other than that, any asset is purchased or sold, we'll write respective asset. Are you okay with that? Repeat, goods comes in.
Goods comes in.
Debit what comes in.
Debit what comes in.
Therefore, purchases account debit. Repeat. Are you all clear with this? What is the amount? In debit column, you will write 5,000. Anyone having any doubt with this? This is how we'll be doing it. First aspect, and we'll do the recording of that aspect. Okay? Now, secondly, it's given on cash. Cash word is given means it's a cash transaction. Repeat, cash goes out. Keep writing it also. Okay, cash goes out. Rule is credit what goes out. All of you repeat. Therefore, to cash account. Understood that, everyone? Did you write the workings, everyone? One more time. Repeat, cash goes out.
Cash goes out.
Credit what goes out.
Credit what goes out.
Therefore, to cash account.
Therefore, to cash account.
Okay, in credit column, you will write the amount which is 5,000. Any confusion in this? I will not be speaking it again and again now. Whenever you write the credit account, see that you write leaving one or two figures space. Okay? Did you all write this entry? And how to derive it, everyone is clear? But whenever we discuss any entry throughout the chapter, I don't want any one of you to directly tell me these accounts. This is the reason behind these accounts, and I want that reason. Got it, everyone? Who else is writing this? So, below that being, now see if you read the transaction without the amount. Being goods purchased on cash. Okay, being goods purchased on cash. Anyone having any confusion with this? Now put your pens down. Be attentive. Whenever you are making the journal book, don't be conservative or stingy enough. If you find that the space is less and you cannot write everything including the narration, then leave that space and write the entry on the next page. It should not happen that you write purchase account debit to cash account going on the next page. Both debit and credit accounts, if you're not able to accommodate on the same page, then leave that space. And narration is also there, so that also you have to keep in mind. Like here the space is less where I cannot write the entry along with the narration. So I leave that space and I'll go to the next page. Now whenever you go to the next page, you'll do the total of that particular page. You don't have to do it. If your page is not getting over, you don't have to do it. Like 10 plus 5, 15,000. Whenever you do any totals throughout the syllabus of accounts, any totals, above the total single line, below the total 2 lines. Throughout the subject, remember this. Above the total, single line, below the total, lines. And you write it as total carried forward, C/F. You can use the short form. Okay, carried forward, not GFCF. Are you okay with this? Other page you'll write 15,000. Again, both the columns. And here you'll write total brought forward. B/F stands for brought forward. Is everyone of you clear with this? So wherever the page gets over total carried forward, you'll write it on the next page at the top, total brought forward. First question, I'll explain you this. Now onwards I'll not be doing it because it doesn't make any sense. Whatever I'm writing on the board, if you cannot write it in your notebook, it doesn't make any sense. You'll be doing this procedure on your own. Wherever your page gets full. Because everyone's total will come different depending on your handwriting, etc. Got it, everyone? So this procedure henceforth I will not be doing on the. Look at the next one. Now you can start participating. Raise your hand. Goods of 8,000 purchased on credit from Rajan. Just tell me the first effect complete. Raise your hand. Harshit. Yes, write down everyone the workings. Goods comes in. Rule will be debit what comes in. Name of account will be purchases account. Are you writing the workings? Special announcement is required. Did you write the third transactions working? Then write it down first. What are you waiting for? Even second transactions working is not written. Yes, all of you repeat. Goods comes in.
Goods comes in.
Debit what comes in.
Debit what comes in.
Therefore, purchase account debit.
Therefore, purchase account debit.
So write it down. Purchases account debit. In debit column, what is the amount?
8,000.
In debit column, write the amount 8,000. Any confusion in this? All are clear with it? Raise your hand. Second effect. Nisar.
Rajan is a giver. Credit the giver Rajan's account.
Yes, name is given means is it a cash transaction or a credit transaction? Credit transaction. Name Rajan is given. So second effect will be write down Rajan is the giver. The rule will be credit the giver and name of account will be Rajan's account. Okay? Any confusion in that? Once again repeat, Rajan is the giver.
Rajan is the giver.
Credit the giver.
Credit the giver.
Therefore, to Rajan's account. In credit column, all of you will write 8,000. Did you understand this, everyone? Anyone who is still writing it? Now, leaving out the amount, if you read the transaction, that you'll write in narration. Means you'll write being goods purchased on credit from Rajan. Being goods purchased on credit from Rajan. And align. Are you all clear with this portion, everyone? Anyone having any doubts on this? Now, fourth. Who all are still writing the third? Raise your hand. Okay, fourth, raise your hand. Goods of 2,000 given for donation. First effect. Goods of 2,000 given for donation. Tell me the first effect completely. Drashti.
Donation is an expense. Debit the expenses. Donation.
Correct. Right on all of you. Donation is an expense. Debit all expenses and losses. Affects donation account. Are you all clear with this? I repeat, when you do illustration 1, I want this workings compulsory in your notebook. Means I want to know that you have not copied the illustration directly from the textbook. You have understood the logic behind this. Repeat, donation is an expense. Debit all expenses and losses. Therefore, donation account debit. Understood this, everyone? What is the amount of goods donated? 2,000. In debit column, you will write 2,000. Raise your hand. Second effect. Adarshi.
Goods goes out. Credit what goes out and purchases up.
Correct. We studied in the last chapter. Whenever goods goes out other than sales, the name of account will be purchase account. That on goods goes out credit what goes out, affects purchases account. Whenever goods goes out other than sales, what will be the name of account? Purchases account. Are you all clear with this? So, repeat. Goods goes out.
Goods goes out.
Credit what goes out.
Credit what goes out.
Therefore, to purchases account.
Therefore, to purchases account.
In credit column, write down 2000. Anyone who is not clear with it? If you read the transaction without the amount, being goods given for donation. Anyone having any doubt in this? All are clear with that? Raise your hand who wants me to repeat it again. Next. Given order to Shivani to dispatch goods of 3000. Order. Directly write down non-economic transaction. Should we record non-economic transactions in the books of accounts? No. Then why we are recording? Raise your hand. Manish? Exactly. You are just showing to your teacher or examiner that you have the knowledge that it is non-economic. Practically, when you are running the business, you are not going to mention non-economic transaction. You are not going to write it only. But in your solutions, you will write it for exams purpose. Okay. Okay, raise your hand. Next one. Shivani has dispatched the goods as per the order. Shivani has dispatched the goods as per the order. Kajal? First effect, we always have been doing the things in a pattern in the last chapter. We never let Shivani is the giver in first effect. Whose mobile is ringing up? Is it on or off? Switch it off in the class, no vibration mode also. Yes, correct. See, Shivani has dispatched the goods as per the order. She has dispatched the goods to us. So goods comes in. Write down goods comes in. Rule will be debit what comes in. And name of account will be purchases account. So purchase account we have to debit. Understood that everyone? Repeat it. Goods comes in.
Goods comes in.
Debit what comes in.
Debit what comes in.
Therefore purchases account debit.
Therefore, purchases account debit.
Now be attentive. Amount you will not get from this transaction. You will get from the previous transaction. See, in the previous transaction 5, what value of goods did we order to Shivani? 3000. So the same goods she is going to deliver. So amount 3000 you get from the previous transaction. Got it everyone? Raise your hand. Second effect. Rima? Correct. Right on everyone. Shivani is the giver. Credit the giver affects Shivani's account. Understood that everyone? Repeat. Shivani is the giver. Credit the giver. Therefore to Shivani's account. Okay, in credit column you will write 3000. Is everyone clear with this? Being goods dispatched by Shivani as per the order. Did all of you understand this? Anyone having any doubt in this? And the last one. Raise your hand who is still writing up till here. All have written that? Paid 2,500 for life insurance premium. Raise your hand. First effect. Paid 2,500 for life insurance premium. Chakre?
Life insurance is an expense. Debit all expense and loss. Life insurance premium. No.
Anyone else? Raise your hand. It's wrong. Riya? Richa?
Life insurance premium is an expense, debit expense, debit expense loss and
Anyone else? Silence everyone. Mayur? Effect. I always want it in this order only. Directly don't tell me the name of account.
Owner is the receiver. Rule debit is the receiver. Affect drawings account.
Correct, sit down. Last chapter we studied this. For any personal expense, we will write the effect owner is the receiver. I explained you this triangle: business, LIC, owner. When you pay life insurance premium, we will assume that business gives the money to and owner pays it to LIC. So whenever you incur any personal expense, we will always write from business point of view, owner is the receiver. Repeat, for personal expense, owner is the receiver. Once again. Okay, whenever there is a personal expense, what effect you will write, owner is the receiver. Same way, vice versa is also correct. For personal income, owner is the giver. Because personal income should go to home. In case if you bring that income in business, then we'll assume that owner is investing capital in the business. So for personal expense, you'll write owner is the. For personal expense, you'll write owner is the receiver, and for personal income, you'll write owner is the giver. Keep it in mind. Here write down owner is the receiver. Debit the receiver affects drawings account. Are you all clear with this portion? Repeat it again. Owner is the receiver. Debit the receiver. Therefore, drawings account debit. Are you all clear with this? And what is the amount paid for life insurance premium? 2,500. Any confusion in that debit column? 2,500. Raise your hand. Second effect. But
Cash goes out. Credit what goes out? Cash account.
correct. Write down everyone. Cash goes out. The rule will be credit what goes out. Name of account will be cash account. Understood that everyone? So repeat, cash goes out. Credit what goes out. Therefore, to cash account. Are you all clear with this? Being life insurance premium paid. And final total 15, 23, 25, 28, 30,500. Above the total? Above the total? Single line. Below the total? Two lines. Final total you call it as grand total. Okay, the last total you call it as grand total. Did all of you understand this? So, this is how we have to do the journal. This is the logical reasoning behind the same, which for the first question we have done it. Further questions we will be doing this orderly. First illustration is your homework for tomorrow, where you will be doing these workings. Means I don't want people to copy the journal entries directly from the textbook. I want this logical reasoning behind that. Got it, everyone? Bye, everyone. Sit down. Let me go first.